Interested in working remotely from home with the ability to set your own schedule? Then contact Notary to Notary. Our online training program teaches individuals everywhere how to create and run successful notary businesses nationwide. Whether you're looking for supplemental or full-time income, we'll teach you the benefits of being a business owner, including time and financial freedom. Visit notarytonotary.com to learn more about our training program.
Hey guys. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's been a while since I've gone live. Shout out to the on-time notary promo happening. Look at that. I like it. I actually have quite a few closings today. Well, it's not that bad, but you know how the day starts. The day starts and you have to, well, pick up signings as they come, but I don't think I'm going to pick up any more unless they're Ron's. I did just close a deal with a title company, which I'm really excited about, for doing all of their Ron's, and I was like, yay! So that I love that new client that I got because they'll just like basically I'll get a text message like, hey, it's a Ron available, and I just literally that's why I tell you guys, if you're going to do Ron, have hotspot, so no matter where I'm at, I can just flip open my laptop and get to work, and I have hotspot on it. But I'm gonna basically be training this entire weekend and working this entire weekend. So let me show you guys my new thing. Hold on, let me show you my new thing. I'm coming right back. Okay, so my new thing, what time is it? 9:30. My new, I missed a signing. Okay. Is Ketone IQ, which is actually not new. I've been on it. I've taken it when they first came out. It was at least 2 years ago. But then I switched over to Magic Mind, and now I'm back on Ketone IQ, which is an all natural ketone, exogenous. I'm saying that word wrong. Ketones that basically put your body into ketosis, but it makes your mind sharper. Okay. So, a mixture of these and being up for the next 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, my plan is to finish. Well, all of our built for yous are done, except for we had somebody who just joined. So they're working on getting their stuff to me, but all of our mini builds are done. My plan is to get all of our full builds done anyone who can be done. So people are still working on their trainings done this weekend, but also getting up our Loan Officer Edge program live and our Realtor to Realtor program live, and doing all my stuff. Like, there's a lot going on. It's a lot of moving pieces. And it's funny because someone said to me, they were like, how do you even do all that? And yesterday, I had to do work with my nonprofit yesterday. All the while, it was so funny because we were doing a pickup of donations to take them somewhere. And I'm driving this huge truck and I'm taking notary calls at the same time. Okay, I can't do it right now. But luckily they wanted e-notary. I had 2 clients that wanted e-notary. I said, okay, give me 2 hours. I'll be back. I'm like, so it's I do a lot of things, but I like what I do. I enjoy what I do. If you enjoy what you do, it doesn't feel like work. But there are times where I say, okay, let me just clear everything out and make it a work weekend. And so this is a work weekend for me this weekend, which is great for you. So if you're like, hey, I always wanted to build my notary business, or I'm building a notary business and I need help, this is your weekend to lock in with me. Also, I have fell really behind on emails. Oh my gosh, you see my emails? It looks crazy. My emails, my tax, my soul, everything is behind. I'm just okay. So this is my weekend to get caught up. So if you want people who've been emailing me and you're in my inbox, honey, this is your weekend to rise and shine. Also, I wish you guys could see this. I have 3 printers hooked up in my office right now Don't ask me why. All 3 of them are not working. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. So this first one is old. It is old. I'm going to tell you a little hack that you do with these 2. This one's older. It's an HP 479 FDW. Then I got a brother over here. The brother is not old, but there's a line that's coming up on my dock. So there's a line on my docks, and I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. I've been cleaning the drum and cleaning the ink, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I got to find how to do a self-cleaning on it. So this one's printing, but it's putting like a dark line on my docks. This one that's right in front of me is printing when it wants to print. Okay. So like I'll send it a job and it prints when it wants to. Or it'll say, oh, I'll print 10 pages. I have 3 closings today, 2 of which the docs are printed for. The other one, I have a borrower's copy printed. I need one. Well, I have 1 copy. I need 1 more copy printed out for my borrower. But while I'm on this call, I actually have a closing coming up and I need to just call the borrower to just make sure that they're good. So you guys will hang on with me while I do that. So this one is at 12. And so this order I got from Signing Order, and I tell you guys you're going to be with me. Throughout the training this weekend, I will like go back to the beginning, bring it forward. Sierra said, I'm getting ready for my first signing of 3 today. Let's go. Sierra did Sierra, we can talk. You did the build for you too, but I think I want to know where you are in it so we can make sure we get you graduated out too. So definitely book a call with me. I'm going to send an email to all my built for yous too. I think Patron did the built for you too, didn't you? You were in Georgia. See, anybody I talk to consistently, I have it. Like I know. Okay. So I also onboarded with Preferred Reports, and they're like, we have a lot of inspections. And so their inspections pay between like $60 and $100. And they're like, we got a lot. I ain't gonna say how much they have, because they're like, Vanessa said, you said. They're like, we have like this many. It's a lot that we're gonna be pushing out. How many do you want? And I was like, part of me, the greedy part of me is like, let me get all of them. But the other part's like, Vanessa, you really want to run around town like that? But I'm like, for $60 to $100 a pop, I might like. So I said, let me like, you just give me what you think, you know. But I do have to do one with them. It's gonna be next week. There's no way I'm gonna get that in. Well, it'll be. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can get to it. So anyway, so today, like I said, I have 3 closings, but my day starts off with, and I'm going to show you guys through this weekend how I get my clients. Like I'm going to show you like from the beginning, we're going to talk about law, how to do notarizations, like how do I get my clients, how do I manage my clients, how do I get more clients, how do I do cold calls, how do I do my emailing, how do I because people always ask me like, how do you get busy? And so like, if you like were following me like 2-3 months ago, I really wasn't doing notary work. I was focused on like other things that I was working on. And then my sister gave me this challenge to see how much work I could get in. And so now, as you see, like I'm booked and busy all the time. But I was showing her, you know how like once you know how to do something, it's not hard to do. So like I was saying, okay, well, this is how I show her, like, this is how I do it. So now I even have people reaching out to me. Like I had this company reach out to me. I didn't take it, but what is this? Okay. All right. So this is Signature Closers. They have an app. They're good. They have a lot of volume. All right. There was another company. I'll tell you about the name of this one. Where is it? Oh, I have to find it. They sent an inspection. They were paying decent. Where is it? It's like, I have to find it. It's in my email. But like, I didn't even sign up with that company. They just reached out to me. And that happens a lot. Like the only way that I found out about Preferred Reports, because they reached out to me and they were like, hey, can you do this? And then when I find companies, I tell you guys about them, as long as they're like good and they pay well. All right. So this morning I have a signing at, hey, Charlotte. Look at all my babies in here. I have a signing at, hold on, 12. I feel like it's glitching. My Wi-Fi annoys me more than it needs to. So all I'm going to do is just do this quick little confirmation call. So this one came from signing order. And I tell you guys on signing order, like just make sure your profile is complete. If any of your docs are expired on any platform, you won't get work. And so signing order in particular, like I also use it for my signing service. So when we're sending work out, if your profile is not complete, we use filters. So if you uploaded a background check and your background check is expired, it's going to put you out of the option to even get the order. You know, you don't even get a note. I don't think signing order even notifies you when your stuff is expired. So if you don't actually do the thing, you won't know. So this is a seller side package. I printed it already. It was only like 10 or 13 pages. They're paying $75 for it. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to call the borrower, the signer, which is not really a borrower because they're selling, and confirm the appointment. So I'll mute you guys when he answers really quick so that way you don't hear his personal information. Don't look at my nail. I broke it. No judgment. Oh, hi. Okay, so a couple things that I do on my confirmation call is this is another order, but this is for Florida. So like I'm commissioned in Virginia and Florida, so I get orders for both states, but I'm not in Florida right now. I'm in Virginia. So on my confirmation call, I of course confirm. So before I say any information about why I'm calling, I always confirm the identity of the person that I'm talking to, because how many times have you called somebody and it's not them? And so you never want to release information to somebody, especially with financial documents, to somebody that's not your actual contact. So let's say you call a house phone and a husband answers. And so we might say it's too much, but if that person is not listed on any of the documents and they're not on the order, I don't care if that's your husband, I can't talk to you about it. Is your wife available? Like, because you don't know. What if the wife was doing it on her own? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be involved. Or like, say somebody answers the phone at the house that's not related. They're just there, and now they know that they're taking out a line of credit. Oh, you know what I mean? So you just want to use that good judgment. And so I will always confirm the person's information first. And then I will say, great, I'm, here coming to do your closing today. I just need to confirm the location with you, and then anything I need them to have. So with my seller sides, I'll just say, make sure you have your ID. And then if you're getting a wire for your proceeds, make sure you have your banking information, because a lot of times, most all seller sides, they're getting money back. And so how many times have you been to a seller side close and you're like, okay, let's fill out your proceeds form. You're like, oh, I got to find my banking stuff. Like, y'all know when I get in, I want to get in, get out. So I always over the phone, make sure you have your banking information available and your ID. Like I said, his package is only like 10 pages. And sometimes if it's a seller side, I may say, oh, you want me to come? Sometimes I'll even offer, you want to come earlier? I didn't do that today though, because I have a couple things I need to get done before I head to him. And so that's my first one. So now that I confirmed it, I just need to go into the order on signing order and put that I confirmed it with my signer, whoever I spoke to. Yada da, submit. So now they're good. Almost good. Submit. So now they're good. Okay. Almost. They keep giving me error messages. Stop it. Okay, so my next one I have is at 3 o'clock and at 5 o'clock. I already confirmed my 3 o'clock, so you don't need to call them again because I got that a couple of days ago. But I did not confirm my 5 o'clock yet. And one thing I also do is I always tell my signers, hey, like this is my cell phone. If anything comes up, shoot me a text or give me a call, because I never want to get to someone's house and they're like, oh, I'm not going to be there for 30 minutes. Sir, I told you to text me or call me. Because I'm not, like, I'm telling you, next, like, I don't play these games. You're not going to have me sitting out here looking crazy. All right. So let's see. All right. So I'm looking at some of your messages before I do my next one. Good morning. What are you guys working on this weekend? Like, what do you see? Like, so a couple things I'm looking to like help you guys with. Like, what are you working on in your notary business? Are you already started in your business? What are you working on? One thing that's been picking up a lot for me has been general notary work and online notary. The general notary work, I can say for myself, like I love me some general notary work, and I will pick it up all day. Like I did a Ron yesterday for $75. The day before, though, I did 2 general notary works, literally like 5 minutes from my house, 5 minutes, and one was $100 and one was $75, and I was there for like 5 minutes. And so people sleep on general notary work. Please don't do that. So like today, it's Friday. We usually get more calls like Friday and over the weekend because a lot of places are closed, and so when they call, I usually just get their information. I have people just text me. I'm really big with texting, like just text me your information. I don't like that. I like it. And then I'll just text them back a confirmation. Hey, I'll be here at XYZ time. And I'll tell them my rate, and that's it. And so like general notary work, like I said, today we're starting at 10 a.m. and I have 3 closings. I'll let you know at the end of the day how many I end up getting at the end of the day. More times than not, I usually don't pick up more closings. I will tell you guys that usually when you start your day, I think for me, I see more closings start coming out around 12. So for same day, especially on a Friday, they're going to send out same day closes today. Am I going to take it? I don't know. I just don't know. But that lets you know too if you're not getting closings, like there's work out here, and interest rates are dropping because I'm a loan officer too. Interest rates are dropping. People are refining all the time. Everybody who got in last year at those 9 and 10%, now that they're down to like 5s and 6s, yeah, everyone's refining right now too. It's not 2%, but it's a 5 and a 6, which is better than a 9 and a 10. Okay. So I say that to say, refis are hot right now too, and HELOCs. Uh-oh. My Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi-ing. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be training this whole weekend. I'm going to do it on YouTube. Okay. And I'm going to just go live throughout the day. So that way, and it'll be stored on the YouTube channel. The promo code for this weekend, of course, is Coach Me, one word, and you get 50% off the courses and the coaching. So the coaching program doesn't include one-on-ones. It's group coaching. So group coaching, the coaching program is group coaching Sundays at 6. So Sundays at 6, which would be this weekend, we go on a Zoom and we talk usually for about 2 hours. It's recorded. You get the replay as well. You can see all of our previous sessions. One-on-ones are $100 for the hour. You have to just email me if you want to do a one-on-one for the hour to info@notary. Why do I feel like I've seen your, recently, Q? I seen your name in my email. Why did I see it? What were you doing? You asked for an e-notary seal. Again, you're renewing. I was like, I feel like I just saw an email from you. How's business going? Clocks T. I renewed my commission. I need a new seal. Oh, so I saw your name and I didn't read your comment. That's hilarious. No, I know. So you're just joining. I'm very behind on emails. Honey, I think I'm like 2 weeks out. I gotta be completely transparent. I am like 2 weeks out. I am behind. Like, y'all don't even understand. It's not just y'all. I have a title company right now. Literally, this is how behind I am. I have a new title company who wants to send me work, right, for the signing service. Who are like, I really want to work with you. Can you please send me your documentation? And I just been like, oh, hold on. It's been that crazy that I'm like, I feel so bad because she's like, yeah, you send it yet? I'm like, hold on, give me a second. It's been a madhouse. Okay. And that's why I'm like, so between like anybody who doesn't know, like welcome to the Notary's channel. So my name is Vanessa. I have 3 kids that I homeschool. Okay. So they're currently like getting all their stuff ready. They come with me sometimes if I go out for general notary work and things like that. We do projects, we do field trips, like full-fledged homeschool. Okay. So that's the first thing. So I homeschool 3 kids. Okay. And then from there, I do notary work. I train notaries through Notary to Notary. And then I have a signing service and currently still working on this platform, this e-notary platform. Okay. So all that's notary stuff. Then I'm also a loan officer and I train I train like marketing. So I teach like AI and things like that. And then I'm also a realtor and I train realtors. And so all of that goes together. And side note, I have a nonprofit. So the nonprofit is something that I do when it's more like a disconnect. It's like my fun space, my like, when you just want to get out in the community and just kind of do your own thing. Like that's what that's for. So you need that release to get away from like work for a minute. But I say it to say, I just told you guys interest rates are down. So, oh my God, everybody's like jumping through the window right now with like, oh, the real estate market is high. Like, oh, you got to get in there. I'm telling you, all these deals are all over the place. And then like the loan officer piece too, like there's like all these deals popping off and then you have the notaries. It's just like a lot. So that's why I said, okay, I'm going to make this weekend my Dorothy. I miss you. That's so crazy, right? Actually, I miss you and I miss Gus and I miss you guys. I was just like, it feels weird not doing the challenge. Like I'm just so used to hopping on every day at 12 or most days at 12. And I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, I feel like I got some, like I'm off, but I'm like, I'm so used to like hopping on the call with you guys that I'm like, I don't know. Does it feel weird? Maybe it's just for me. I don't know. It just feels weird. I'm just used to hopping on a call with you. And I'm like, anywho, now I feel like, well, that means you need to do another challenge now, don't you? I don't know. Right now, I need to get caught up on everything. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping to be able to get everything done this weekend, which may seem ambitious, but that's what I'm hoping to do. Renee, I did get your email for edits. I know Renee did the website build. That's welcome to my live of how I'm trying to get ahead on everything. It's been like, I feel like I graduated and it's time to hustle. Let's go, Dorothy. Keep me posted. What was I saying? Yeah, so this weekend, so this is gonna get me through the weekend right here. These, oh my gosh, don't take them at night. You will not go to sleep. But they're natural. It's no caffeine, it's natural, it's just ketones that you already have in your body. Put you to ketones and it helps you lose weight, but not like that. Like, don't be like, I'm gonna drink these. It's not how that works. You still have to be healthy and all the things. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. So right now I have 3 closings. I also want to organize my office. I feel like if you could see, I might do that later, show you like how my setup is. I have like stacks of paper. So I always keep paper, UPS, FedEx envelopes, borrower copy envelopes, and then I have a stack of paper. I always open my paper and just like stack it up high. I don't know why it makes me feel bad. I don't like to see paper in the packages, so I just stack it up open. And then I just want to organize, make sure I have everything together, things like that. I have been getting a ton more of Google business profile reviews, which I lost a page that had like 100 something reviews on it because Google suspended it. And I'm still trying to get it back up. So I just start over on a different one, but now I'm already at like, I think like 30 something reviews. And so like I'm working on that this weekend, but I've been sending it to all of like the link to my signing service clients. And I think, who was it? One of you guys were on a call. What's her name? Dorothy, what was her name when she said, if I do a closing, I send a link to both the husband and the wife? I can't remember. She was on the challenge with us. And I said, I was not doing that. I was only sending it to the wife, like one person. And she's like, honey, you better get 2 reviews out of 1. I said, listen. So I started doing that. So like I still learn stuff too. Like you guys be like, oh my gosh, another thing, like I was on a challenge no, it was coaching. And I was with one of my other babies, Maria. And where is she? I forget what state she's in, but she started with me like a year and a half ago, I think, or 2 years ago, full-time notary. And now she is pushing retainers, like making her like, well, her attorneys that have wealth, like white glove attorneys, to put her on retainer. And I said, oh my God, I never thought about doing that, but I love that idea. And let's work on that. Like, I want to start doing that too. Like, I never thought about, it's like, you guys teach me stuff too. I'm like, hold on. That's a good idea. So they're not paying for each document. They're going on retainer, which is not uncommon to do in those spaces, but it's just that's something that I thought about doing. Okay. Also this weekend, I'm going to be going through the inspection companies. So I'm going to tell you guys all the inspection companies so you guys can do them. I have my favorites that I tend to work with. Same thing with loan signings. First of all, anybody with Rocket Close, I'm going to do a video about Rocket Close. Rocket Close, first of all, if you know, you know. They sent out a ton of signings yesterday. And I swear, I feel like the person that, because like when it comes out, it has their own little ringtone. And listen to the sound of my voice, listen to me. If you don't catch a Rocket Close in 3 seconds, you're not going to get it. Is anybody with Rocket Close? Y'all know? Because we don't play with our Rocket Close. I did Rocket Close this morning, e-close. I was on that call for 5 minutes, honey. $65. $65 for 5 minutes. And I have think like 2 more this weekend. But I've had days where I've had 3. So it's 15 minutes, $65 a pop. And go anywhere. Honey, when a Rocket Close ding dings, but sometimes it's hard to catch them. It's not hard. You just have to always have your phone on you. Now, most other companies, like for example, when I get work from ServiceLink, I don't think they blast it out to everybody, because normally I can get a notification from them and like 5 minutes later it's still available and I'll take it. So I think they assign it to you when they send it through the app, because they do have an auto assign feature where they just assign it to you. Girl, I've been running like a crazy person. I literally just said this weekend is my work. We're going to work on your stuff too this weekend. I said this weekend, all I'm doing is work with my ketones. Okay. I have time to drink my next one. I had one this morning. Time for a second one. I keep trying to get into Rocket Close. They aren't accepting new notaries yet, but let me tell you why they're not accepting new notaries. You want to know why? Because we never leave. Because I can tell you, like, there's a lot of great companies out there. Rocket is the best. I would never leave Rocket. Ever. With Rocket Close, you'll show my age. I've been with Rocket Close since they was called Title Source. Okay, this was like 10 years ago. I've been closing with Rocket Close since they was called Title Source. Okay, it was Title Source, then they rebranded to Amrock, and then they rebranded to Rocket Close. Honey, when they rebrand again, I don't know what they're gonna change it. I'm gonna still be there. Okay, I've been with them for a minute, and we never leave. That's why, because we never leave. We will never leave. Anybody with Rocket Close, I'm telling you, when you're with Rocket Close, you never leave. Okay. Let me see. Like I said, I've been over 10 years. I'm not going anywhere. Why would I? Like they're the Chick-fil-A of loan closing. Like they are perfect. Okay. They close online and in person, but they're trying to do all of it online. And so if you're not a Ron, they're probably not going to onboard you, because they probably have enough in-person notaries now. And you got to think about it. This is why I said I need to get your Ron. An in-person appointment, it's like an hour. You got to print, you got to drive, you got to scan, They can give me it takes me 5 minutes to do a Ron. You don't need as many in-persons as you need Rons, because we're only on the call for like 15 minutes. So we can just keep going. You see what I'm saying? Because we're not printing. And then the signer can get in before you get on and pre-sign all of the documents that are not notarized. So like the one I had this morning, we only had to do 5 docs. It was like the deed, the compliance, the name affidavit, the identity verification, probably one more. That's it. And niggas clicking the sign. I'm like clicking and I do my little disclosure. And I'm like, all right, now you have a good weekend, girl. You know what I mean? Like, that's why would I leave? Now think about that. The one I did this morning was $65. I did not leave my house. Took me 5 minutes, but I have to drive now to do one for 75. Granted, yes, it's only like 10, 13 pages, but you can see why a lot of companies now are really like starting to push, like, let's just do Ron. Now they can't 100% go wrong because people don't have computers, people don't have technology. So they still have to have, like, I still do in-person closings for Rocket Close, but it's nowhere near the volume. Like, I will get one in-person close offer for every like 10 to 15 Ron offers, if that kind of makes sense. So every once in a while, they'll pop in an in-person, right? But typically, or it'll be like a hybrid. They do hybrids too, where they sign part online, you print part on the part paper. So it just really depends. So that's why that's why people keep saying, listen, my printer just started printing. I did not touch it. If you're just joining in now, I told you I have 3 printers in here. They have all lost their minds. And then it stopped. It didn't even finish the package. Like, I can't right now. I'm stressed. Okay. I'm not stressed. It's okay. They said I'm not taking new agents. They asked for my fees. Okay. Okay. So how do you sign up with them? Is this Rocket Close? Just go to sign agent and try to onboard. It depends on your state. Probably they might still. I know most people in Virginia, they're like, oh, we're full. Because, I'm not leaving. I'm telling you, a Rocket Close order, you only have like 3 seconds to get it. Let me tell you something. If I see a Rocket Close order and it's been on my phone for 2 minutes, I don't even bother half the time. It's gone. I know it's gone. It was so funny. I don't know who was taking these orders yesterday, but they kept coming out, and whoever was on it, like, I'm like, they would get some, I would get some. I don't know who was taking that. I'm gonna get some. It's like, you got 2 seconds. Anyway, most companies are not like that. Most companies, you have a while before, not a while, you got a minute, unless it's like I was telling my sister, I said, unless it's like a Rita, I'm on a live. You want to come say hi? And tell them about your notary business. My sister's doing it too. Do you have closings today? Yeah, come talk about your closing. It's a training week. You think you're not dressed? Fired. All right. I'm at Virginia Beach. I was notified that they don't need anyone this time. Yeah, Virginia for Rocket Close is probably still full for Virginia. Hi, honey. She just went to the gym. The life of a notary signing agent. You just move how you want to move. Let's go. Take me to the gym with you next time.
Oh, you can just go yourself.
I'm feeling attacked. Okay. I recently got my commission. Any tips for new notaries in their first notarization? Read your handbook. Get the training. notarytonotary.com. Ultimate Notary. Use promo code. And watch all my videos, and I'll show you how to do everything. Okay, so tell them how your notary business has been going.
This is a robot.
It's my sister. So she's a notary, and she's doing notary full time now. Tell them about the week you just had. Rita! That's Dorothy. Tell about the week you just had. Wasn't that last week?
I don't know, actually.
I gotta work with my sister because she'll go out and do a bunch of work, then she'll sit down and say, that's enough.
Mm-hmm. Take a break.
Take a break. I'm like, but if you don't take a break, right? Okay, so tell me about the $1,000 week you had.
I had a $1,000 week.
Okay.
I did like $500 in one day, and then
you did. Can I tell them about that day? Because you was laying in the bed.
I literally laid in the bed until about 4:00, and then I did like 4 notaries after that.
And she was like, what you said? When I was on the phone, she said, might as well get up and get some money.
Might as well. Yeah.
It's so funny. She will go, like, I'll like get a text, and it's like she's around me. I'll be like, did you get that one? And I'll wait for her to get it. Like, you want it? Do you want it? I'm gonna take it. Do you want it? I'm gonna take it. Only wait for her, because I'm like, if you want it, I'll let you get it. Because I think I still get more volume than you get, right? You would say, yeah. So I will just be like, you want it? And sometimes she's like, no. I'm like, what you mean no? Take the order. Take the order. Or like an order will come out, and I call you sometimes too. Like, you see that order? Because I was gonna take it unless you want it. If you want it, you got it. But you gotta move. You got that's why I said most orders you get like a minute to 2, unless it's really good. Like some companies will auto assign too. So the first person that hits yes gets it. Some companies, they wait to see who hits yes, and then they pick off of that. So it just kind of depends. But you've been doing, what is that? Emporia.
Yeah, Emporia, Disputana. Those are the ones I usually do because they don't go fast.
Yeah, because no one wants to drive there.
Nobody wants to drive, but it's not that far from me. So
it's like what? That you're close to, where is he? Q. Quavon, he's out there too. So that's another one, Q, that you could be doing when you get. And then I told her when I was ready to punch on her jaw when I said what you countered at. So let me tell you something. You better be getting this money and stop playing with me. Oh. Okay. I said when you have to go places like what you probably don't know your area yet because you're just getting started, but I know my area, right? And so there's certain places most notaries aren't going to want to go to. So yeah, and then certain times. So like when the evening comes out, like tonight, I would say it's gonna be really busy tonight. It usually starts around like 3 to like between like 12 and 3. You'll start seeing the volume come out for today. Are you doing closings tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they come through.
They are. They're gonna come through. Oh. They're gonna come through today. So they usually will start like around 3. And then I say, can you do an ASAP? There's a lot of ASAPs yesterday.
Yeah, the ASAPs are the ones you can counter on those because they need somebody.
They need you right now. I'm telling you, take an ASAP order, honey. Counter. Mm-hmm. Okay. So ASAP order is when they need somebody to go right now, whether that's because a notary canceled or like they need a re-sign done or they just got funding approval. And so a lot of times coming out, like last night, there was a lot of ASAP orders. I didn't go do them because I was not getting out of my bed. But there were a lot of ASAP orders that came out. Yeah, you're in Emporia. She's going to catch your signings, bro. Why are you not getting these deals?
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all. And I tell her, like when she was first going, I said, when you counter to go to Emporia, 150.
Well, I
don't. Or 125.
Yeah, I usually do 125.
But know this, every signing service, when they send work out there, no one's out there. Q, I've been told you this. I've been told you was in a hot market. I've been told you that. She's coming from, like South Chesterfield to go to your city and you're already there. You see what I'm saying?
It's true.
Like you just got to mark, you got to make sure they know who you are. Now, granted, she got me in her back pocket, but you got me on YouTube. And you can do coaching, but I'm on her. Like, get this, do this. Wait, what's this? I yell at you a lot, don't I?
No.
I don't. I can yell more. Anyway,
you don't need to.
I know. No, you're doing good. That's why I'm not like.
Okay. Sorry.
Anywho, yeah, but so like she's driving into your city where you're already there. You see what I'm saying? But because it's further out, like you have to know, like, what is it? Emporia, Dinwiddie, Carson.
Not really Dinwiddie. Emporia.
I got one in Dinwiddie today.
Mecklenburg area.
I don't go out there.
Victoria.
I don't go out there.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Victoria.
Whatever, all that down there before you
Farmville.
Get to Cortland.
Cortland. If you want to do it, go for it. I'm not going. If you want me to go to Cortland, I need 250.
For sure.
250.
Anything over an hour
and once we
200.
Yeah, and once we start talking at night, I need at least 350, 400. Because sorry. Cortland is where the deer are. Okay, it's a deer, bro.
Antelope play.
So yeah, you just gotta know your area, and then like, but that's like the ones that's important. The ones that's like in the rural area, those, yeah, you could wait and you can counter because notaries ain't picking those up. But then how much you charge the one that you had to go out?
250.
Yeah, she charged Where was that? What city was that?
Victoria.
Yeah, that was like an hour drive. Yeah, which is fine. Like that makes sense. You know, I even said
at night,
but and that's why I told you probably could have got more money for that.
I didn't want it. The thing is, I didn't want to do it, so I countered for 250 because I was like, I don't want to really do it.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too. When it's like when they send orders out that you really don't want to do, but it's like the responsible party is like, you still need to respond. I say, fine, I'll do it for $400,
and then they're like,
sure. Wait, I wasn't. No,
that's not what I wanted.
No, I get that. But and then so like anything in the city, like today, for example, like you're gonna get today right now that's coming out is regular pricing. You wait till like 5 o'clock, bro.
There's a bunch of ASAPs that's gonna come out.
5 and 6 o'clock is where you can 150. When it's like 8 o'clock, 200, 9 o'clock. There was one that came out at 11 o'clock.
I got that.
You did that one?
The one that was at 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Where was it at?
I don't remember. I just know I saw it.
There was one at 11 o'clock.
I said, whoever got that better beat their head. Not beat their head in, but you know what I'm saying.
But I ended up doing it the next day because their docs weren't ready anyways.
Yeah, but you still locked in for that rate.
Yep.
Yeah. So she's been doing it. She made $1,000 what was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So now, and what's your daily goal now though?
My daily goal is 500.
And you're doing it between do you do general notary work? You do general notary work.
Sometimes.
Your Google business got suspended. Yeah, it happens. But she's going through the process to get reinstated. But I give you, if I'm not taking it, I'll give it to you. I'll give her or my sister, like, oh, I can't do it here. You don't do Ron right now. That's okay. But yeah, so she's pretty much doing that with like 500. Erica's in New York, right? I think it's in New York, New Jersey, one of them. And then your main inspection companies that you're doing are what? What's your main ones?
Prefer Reports and Groundworks. Oh, ABC Legal just emailed me back too.
Yeah, you got to do their onboarding. They have a lot of volume. It's just like they have a lot of volume, period.
That's fine.
Yeah, they have a lot of volume. They usually they'll say like the average amount of deals they put out in Richmond, I think it's like 80 or 90 a month. And you can take as many as you want. As many so when the app opens, it just says like how many do you want to take? Like they have some that's further out, and usually it's a nice amount of volume on there if you want to do it.
Most of mine come from SnapDocs.
SnapDocs?
The ones in Emporium, like this P10 and stuff, comes from SnapDocs.
Are you asking them to leave you a review after? I'm gonna text you the companies that hire you.
Oh, no.
I'll text you my little blurb that I put on SnapDocs after an order. Get them to leave you reviews, and you get more requests.
My ranking is high though.
No. You can't see your ranking on SnapDocs. You only think you think you can see it, but you can't.
It says high.
You can't see it.
Well, I need to go into the back.
You can't go into the back unless you pay for the platform, and you can't pay for the platform unless you're a signing service or a title company or whatever. But they can see your reviews. So all you do is ask them to leave your reviews. And I just after I do an order, I put a little blurb. But so if it's a company that I use all the time, I don't get them to do, I don't do it on every order because I don't want to spam, that's too much. But especially I put it on new ones, if I did a good job, I put, hey, leave me a review. And they always say, oh, of course. But if you don't ask them again, they're not going to do it. Yeah, what was I saying? So I just got on Preferred Reports. I'm on Preferred Reports, Tamika. Now I got you. I have his number, his email, and his phone number. She onboarded, but they never got her on. And
She said that weeks ago, Tamika. I was there.
No, okay, but they hadn't onboarded me yet. They had approved me, but I wasn't onboarded. So now I'm onboarded, and I have my first inspection. It pays $60, and it's real simple. All I gotta do is go there. Is it really easy for you?
I mean, the hardest part is getting them to
answer the phone
and schedule the appointment. Besides that, once I do it, it's like 30 minutes and then I'm done.
Okay. So all they wanted me to do is just take pictures of a electrical box.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this is my first one. I mean, and you have questions. You got to ask all the questions.
Did you look at it? Because that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it was like 5 pictures. I mean, it was like, yeah. All right, you can look at it.
Yeah,
you can look at it. I went over with him too. He was like, okay, these are your pictures. And then, would you look at it with me? I told him you were. So when I was on my call, I said, Rita Banks. And he was like, yeah. I said, that's my sister. And she's great. And I said, yeah. So I said, if I have problems, I'm just going to call her. Because she's been doing Preferred Reports a lot. So that's the one I told you. So he has a lot that he's about to dump out.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I was on the same file. That's not my fault, though. Them people don't even answer their phone. So.
Do you text? And email?
No, you can't text them.
You can't text them?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, most of the time you're calling the company phone. You're not calling their person.
I understand. Tú entiendas.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for 5 years now in this area. Also, I gotta turn my groundworks thing back on for interior. I just haven't done it yet. I'm gonna do it today though. That's why I said today we're gonna go through. But okay, so you do groundworks, you prefer what else? That's it?
That's it.
I thought she was doing S2.
I signed up for them, but I don't.
Okay, well, you pick the ones you like. And then of course we do closings, and then we do all the kit and caboodle. So yeah, I'm proud of her. She's doing her thing. She's doing her thing. You do proxy picks? No.
I mean, I have it.
But so the thing about it too is you don't have to do everything. You just do to the volume that you want. So if you have the volume that you want, which is your $500 a day, then you're good. And then 2, Are you getting to the point now where you're getting checks every day? Or it's like, you said 30 days in. Like 30 days in of consistent, you start getting checks every day.
So sometime by the end of the month, a lot of them should come in.
And then as long as you do it consistently, you get a check every day or every other day. Yeah, I know. I got a direct deposit today, and actually, some of my signing services just sent me some e-checks.
Yeah, I got 3 direct deposits coming.
Yeah, look at you! Proud of you.
Proud of me.
Proud of you.
If you're proud of me, proud of you.
Fired. Anyway, all right. So this not fair. She got you, Vanessa. I know she does, but I will tell you 100%. I'm not kidding. My family, like, of course they have me. Like, I'm gonna give her. Because I can with her all the time. So I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Do this. Take this order. I'm doing like that with them. You know, the next set of people who get like that much access is like Built for You, and then Built for You students, and then like students that regularly engage. So if you're regularly engaged, you get more of my attention. There's like, I can't even, like, on our student platform, like 20,000 students. On our social media, we got over all like 100,000 of you guys. I can't, but a lot of you guys don't like regularly engage. So like Dorothy regularly engage, so when I see her name, like if Dorothy, I'm not saying y'all do this, but if Dorothy just happened to shoot me a text or an email, I'm going to give her more attention quicker because she regularly engaged. She regularly talks. I know what she's doing. She's actually doing the thing. Right now, some of you guys do engage, but y'all not doing the thing. And then when I talk to you, I got to fuss at you because I'm saying, I said this on the last call. I said this on the last call and you didn't do it. And I will give you pure, straight, grit honesty. Okay. And sometimes I have said, you don't really want this. You don't. Like, be honest with yourself. You don't really. Not for real. Because if you did, you would do it. Okay. It sounds good, but you don't really want to do it. Sometimes you gotta be like that, look. And then I would even say, like, what are you interested? I've had people that I would say, what are you actually interested in? And I would give them like instructions to go do that thing. Like, go do that thing. You don't really want to. You just was scrolling on TikTok and was like, oh, do this. And don't have no interest. You know what I'm saying? You used to give them to me. I will still give them to you. Like, so this is the thing, Tamika. I still give you some. Don't do me like that. It just depends. So like Rita has been on this. Like, so I have been giving Rita a lot more, but that's because she came to me and she's like, yo, I need to do this. Da, da, da. Like she showed me that she was like, let me grind out. So I said, okay, here, take it. But it's just, and also I'm not just giving her work. I'm training her to get her own work. So like I was fussing at her the other day about her Google profile page. Like, why am I'm sending you general notary work clients when you could be getting them yourself? You see what I'm saying? Like, and so I get on her about what's your website doing? Are you posting? Like, what's your profile doing? Like, what are we doing? Are you we haven't really started. Like, I haven't really gotten on her about like actually cold marketing and getting new clients. But right now I'm just getting her to like, let's just get going and get these general notary calls. Cause I think she's good with loan closing. I don't think, one thing I do want her to do though, is I want her to start going direct to title companies. And so that's the next thing I'm going to like show her, because you get paid more money that way. And so that probably be one of the next things after like general notary work. And she has a consistent thing. And I don't want to overwhelm her because guess what? Not everybody wants to do everything. They don't. Like she gives me, and my other sister gives me their apostilles. They don't do them. I do the apostilles. Right. So not everybody, like I do the Rons. So one of my other sisters, she gets calls all the time for Ron. She just doesn't do Ron. So she sends me all her Rons. And so like you pick what you want to do. If you fall in love with loan closing, you might just do loan closing. Like I will do all of it. But like, although I can do fingerprinting, I don't market for fingerprinting because I don't like doing it. I pretty much, my things I like is general notary work, loan closing, e-notary, and apostilles. Inspections are cool as like filler. Like I have one that I have to do Thursday. What is it, Thursday? Saturday. So it just really depends on what you do. Like I don't mind doing inspections. Oh, I do, Tamika. I do need you. I need you. I'm gonna text you after. I need you to help me with this other. We did it before, this groundworks inspection. So I was like, let me just get in here and get it done. I've been procrastinating on it. And so I love having you around. You help me be better. All right. Oh my God, the checks coming in. The checks coming in is crazy. Got to keep doing orders, and it pays off with the checks. And Erica's doing really good. She's in New York. She also, what were you in? Coaching. Or you in the challenge? I think I was just talking to you. But she's doing her thing. I'm not doing what I should be doing. I really want to do it. I absolutely want to move full time at some point. I've been following you for a while. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm still gonna train for a little bit. I actually received a new request from a title company that I did a job for. I like it. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss questions. Yes, the video will be on YouTube. You have the unlimited event pass. Is that what it is in Alabama? I've been struggling, unfortunately, despite loving what I do. Dorothy got 5 reports from preferred reports in 3 weeks. I love it. I love working with them. Don't they pay direct deposit like the next week? Like they pay the preferred report? Oh, they pay every Friday. Girl, get your money, honey. Get your money, honey. I like it. So yeah, when he sends out this whole load, I'm like, I'm trying to get like 30. Give me like 30 of them real quick. Okay. I'm gonna redo my course. It's been years. The issue was no car. I definitely get that. I want to start doing my signings again, but have not done it since COVID. What would you recommend as a way to get started? Follow the training, do the steps, get back into it. I'm an RV. I'm taking your class. I can only do part-time. The training doesn't change. It's the thing. People always ask me, like, what should I do? Do what's in the Ultimate Notary course. If you don't have the Ultimate Notary course, use promo code COACHME, one word, get it. And it's so funny because people like, that's why, like, even over like time, we had all these programs, all these things. Now it's just Ultimate and Elite. And the Elite is just like for advanced stuff. You don't need that right now. You just need the Ultimate. That's it. The Ultimate is you could live and die. Not live and die. You can live and stay on the Ultimate Notary training. Like, that's all you need. General notary work, loan closing, RON, apostilles, inspections, all that's in there. Marketing is in there. Just do what it says. Like, people ask me all the time, what should I do? Do what the training says. And then if you do, let's say, for example, because some people do things wrong, right? If you do it wrong, like, so like if I say, okay, build your website, and then you go and you like, you know, that's where the coaching comes in, because maybe you build the website, but it's not the right, like your site looks funky, right? Then you need somebody to build a better site. So that's where like that kind of comes in of using the like, what is this? Okay. I don't know. I gotta stop looking. It's gonna make me do too much. I was looking at my email. My email's like flooded with tons of things. So, okay. But yeah, the coaching definitely helps you fine tune what you're doing. Okay, so yeah, it was coaching. I figured I was talking to you somewhere. I have my first POA coming up. It should be easy peasy, right? Yep. Just make sure you read your state laws. You know, I'm gonna tell you, I had somebody recently. I had to send somebody back to redo a Virginia. And that's something, when I see Virginia notaries do things wrong, it bothers me so bad. Because I'm like, I know you didn't read your handbook. I know that. And they notarized somebody's documents wrong. They notarized somebody's documents wrong. I had to re-notarize it. And they were trying to get an apostille. And I said, the crazy thing is they brought me the docs and they said, I sent this package off. They did it themselves to get an apostille. And it got rejected because the notarization was wrong. And so she brought it to me and she said, do you know what's wrong with this? And I looked at it and I said, yeah, your notary didn't do their job right. That's why it got rejected. So we had to do a whole new one and re-notarize it correctly. And it's like, it's so crazy. It's like the little things. It's like, understand. That's why I get frustrated. I got to calm myself down. Because I know, and I was talking to Rita about this too. I know that I'm obsessed with notary work. Everybody else is not obsessed with it. So my obsession, and I think it's also like, I like to do things right. Like I like to be accurate. And that's why like, when I was in grade school, like I always got straight A's throughout my entire grade school from K through 12. I got straight A's except for 6th grade algebra. I failed the entire 6th grade algebra. Okay. I could not figure it out. And I'm that person, if I would like cry in class. Like I remember my teacher calling my mom coming up to the school and they having to console me because like I was getting my grades back and I was failing. And I remember like when I was growing up, my sisters, when they would have bad grades, they would actually get in trouble. the year that I failed algebra the entire time, I didn't get in trouble. I came home and I was just crying. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong. And I would just cry. My mom's like, they're like, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to get tutoring. And I was like, I don't understand why I don't understand this thing. And so sixth grade algebra, I remember. And then I remember in second grade, there was something in there I had a problem with. And I remember crying in class then. They had to call my mom. And then again, geometry in high school, I got a B, I got B's and I got a C. And again, I was just like, I remember I was talking to my teacher, it was a guy, I remember his face clear as day. And I would just say like, I was really upset. I didn't cry, but I was really upset. I said, I don't understand this. And I don't understand why I don't understand this. So like, that's kind of like me. Like I'm the person, I don't know if you're like that too. Kind of a perfectionist with grades. And like, I like to know stuff like, so you also go into my kind of mindset, like over the summer break, I didn't like summer break. And my mom would give me work to do. Like I would have her give me schoolwork. I'd have her give me books. I didn't like not being in school. I love learning, something I love to do. That being said, that could be why I obsess over the notary business and doing it right and knowing the law. And so I said that to say everybody's not like that. And I remember when I was training my sister and she was making some mistakes. I remember you remember this conversation? We had a conversation and I said, am I like over the top with it? And she was like, basically, yeah. Like, so I don't understand. How are you like, I was like teaching her something. I was like, how is this not like ingrained? Like, but I realized, I said, okay, I'm obsessed. Everybody's not obsessed. I get that. So I said to say they did a notarization, but the part that irritated me was they put an acknowledgement on a copy certification. And the only reason you would put, and that's also why I got rejected, because it was not an acknowledgement. The only reason you would put an acknowledgement on a copy certification is if you do not know what an acknowledgement is. If you do not, people always, I'm going to ask y'all this. Do you know your notarial acts? Do you know what they mean? Do you know what has to happen in order for someone to even complete, for the even act to even happen? Most notaries do not. When I ask notaries, and this is really common, when I say, okay, give me an example, what are your notarial acts? I can't tell you. 90% of people will say, they may say acknowledgement. Most all of them will say acknowledgement. And then after that, it's like power of attorney, will. They just like naming stuff. They just like throwing up documents. And I'm like, okay, do you even know what your job is? And so I go back to this. When I saw it, it kind of frustrated me because it was like, this notary in Virginia, that's commission. And it's not the only time it happens. It's been quite a few times I've gotten documents from people to get apostilled and the notarization was incorrect. And so I cannot ship off an ink because the Secretary of State's going to reject it. No matter what state it's in, it's going to get rejected because it's not right. And the Secretary of State for all states writes the law for notaries. They house it. They're the ones you go get your commission through. They know what it's supposed to be. It's not like, so people get away with it sometimes because they'll say, oh, I notarized a letter that went to the school. The school doesn't know notarial law. I notarized a letter incorrectly, but it went to like DMB or it went to like this daycare center. They don't know the law. When someone's getting something apostilled, it's going to the agency that wrote the law. So they know when it's wrong. Anyway, I say it to say, I did a YouTube live another time with somebody else who did was another person who brought me documents in Virginia. And the notary used an embosser that had no ink on it. You cannot use that. That is illegal. It's not valid in the state of Virginia. You didn't read your handbook. What did you do? You got your commission. You went on YouTube somewhere and said, oh, I'm going to buy an embosser because it looks nice. That's what you did. And that's what a lot of you do. And people always say, well, Vanessa, when you first started to do that, I didn't. And I think this goes back to like how like over the top I am. When I first got my commission, and maybe they're not doing this. When you get your commission, they tell you when you apply to read your handbook. It's only like 20 pages in most states. So I downloaded it and I read it. And I said, oh, okay. And then when I took my oath. Why are we not doing that? Is it me? If you did not do that, I really want to know why you didn't. I'm not coming for you. I just want to know. Like, and I think it's because I have an overly obsessive, I think, mind. And so I read a lot. Like, I just like to read stuff. Like, I read the fine print of a lot of things. I just like to know, you know. I found this law. What's the law? A random law yesterday. Rita, you know this random law? Here, Rita. In Virginia, if you see like flooded waters, like, you know, it rains a lot and it's flooded. If you drive your car through that, you could get a fine. It's like a class something misdemeanor. What? Really? Especially if they have the signs up. Yeah, you could get a fine for driving through flooded waters. People think, oh, it's actually not just a fine. It's a class something misdemeanor. So I don't know what I think it's like class 2 misdemeanor. I think to say I know a lot of laws because I like laws. It's fun. But I read a lot, and so if you didn't read your handbook, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know. Okay, you're going to make mistakes. People may not catch it right now, but they will. And one day somebody might sue you for it. Okay. So I said to say, I had an apostille. The notary did it incorrectly because she put an acknowledgement on a copy cert. Like, if you okay, let's actually we'll go through this. I would like to define some of these terms, but I ask people, like, if someone's like, oh, I'm doing notary work. So this is what happens too. If someone's like, oh, Vanessa, I want to get more work. So it's different. Like, we're on YouTube. When we're on YouTube, you're like, oh, Vanessa, how can I get work? It's not one-on-one. So I can't really check you for real. So I have to just be like, okay, well, you can do this, da, 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 da. But when someone calls me, and then coaching or whatever the case is, and they'll say, well, I want more work. And I'll say, okay, I'll ask them a lot of questions. A lot of times I do also throw in there, like, well, do you know your notarial acts? I just ask. And 90% of the time, I'll say 85. It's no. Even if they can read off the list in the handbook, they don't know what they mean. That's why they call me back and say, can I notarize this? Do you know if I can notarize this? You never, 99% of the time, you would never have to ask if a document could be notarized if you first read your handbook. And then second, if you knew your notarial acts, if you knew what they meant, what do they actually mean? If you understood what it meant, you would know what you could and could not do. You wouldn't have to call and ask, you know? And a lot of people make up, I don't know how people do this. They make up a lot of rules. They just make up stuff. Are you one of those people? They do that. It happens a lot. It actually happened this morning. It happens all the time. I'll ask a question and they'll say, oh yeah, you can't do that. And then because I know you can, then I say, oh, where'd you read that at? And they'll say, huh? I say, well, where'd you read it at? Where'd you see that? Well, I don't know. I mean, I just figured you couldn't. You figured. Oh, I'm so glad you're doing the figuring. Thank God someone's figuring something out. You just figured you'd go rewrite the law. You figured, you know what? This is my job. I'm gonna make whatever I want to be the rules. You're just making stuff up. Right? Or they'll say, I saw it on Google. Oh, Google. How many times have you got wrong information from Google? Oh, not all the time. A lot of the time. Depending on the request, you don't get law from Google. You don't do that. Or where'd you read that from? Social media. Right? Or this is a big one too. I used to do this all the time. It was so fun. Whenever I had in-person classes in Virginia, I would say, can you notarize a child's signature? Right? And everyone would say, no. Only if their parents say so. Oh. And they was so like, oh, no, you can't do that. No. Where you read that at? Where did you read that at? Who told you that? You didn't read your handbook. That is actually in your handbook. So I know you didn't read it. You're welcome. You can notarize a child's signature and you don't need their parents. Okay, now there's things you have to do, but that's not one of them. Okay, especially like people like signature by proxy. A lot of states allow signature by proxy. Most people don't know how to do that. Most people don't even understand what credible witness is. If I say, oh, well, what if somebody doesn't have ID? Most people will say, oh, you can't do it, right? That's what they'll say. Most times that's wrong. Secondly, you have some people, a handful, who will say, oh, you can use a witness. And I'll say, well, how does that work? Oh, let's have somebody that says that most states there's more to do than just that. So you're just making things up. Can we commit today to not make things up? Can we do that? Can we commit today that we're not going to make things up? That we're everybody right now, this is your first training of the morning because I'm getting ready to go in a minute. The first thing you're going to do on this wonderful weekend is you're going to pull your state law. You're going to pull your handbook and you're going to pull your code and you're going to read all of the laws that your wonderful state, your governor, your secretary of state have written for you to do your job. You're going to read them and you're going to be amazed at what you actually can and cannot do. Now, if you read something and then you don't understand it, let me know. I will help you with it because sometimes the terminology can be a little confusing. Like Virginia, they have an extraterritorial law. Most notaries don't understand how that would work. I understand it. At least you read it. Okay. But the first thing is to read it. And I will tell you, the best thing to do, if you ever get on a coaching call with me and I say, but let you know, cat's out the bag. If I say, did you read your handbook? It's a trick question. Okay. Because the next question I'm going to ask is going to be a quiz of some kind that you should know for your state. Okay. I never just ask, did you read your handbook? Because 99% of you, well, 90% of you say yes. And you didn't. It's like, I skimmed it. I read it. Yeah, I read it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Or you read, then I said too, let me help you. I don't need you to just read it. Do you remember your handbook? Do you remember your handbook? Okay. Got it? Got it? That is your homework for this first session. Go pull your state law and read it. I didn't say go buy it from anywhere. Your Secretary of State, it's only like 4 or 5 states that sell their handbook. Through the Secretary of State, stop buying it on Amazon and third parties. Like, you guys make this harder than it has to be. Like people who get their LLC from LegalZoom. Can we stop doing this? Okay. I mean, I get it. I'm not fussing on that. I understand people don't know. It's one of my sweetie pies now. He just joined in Virginia. When he first started, he called me. He called, if he listens to this, he know I'm talking about him. He called me and he said, oh, Vanessa, I saw your YouTube. I started doing all the things and I want you to help me. And, you know, I'm thinking about what he said. I'm thinking about getting your, what's your notary signing at your course, I think it was. And he was just like, but I think I got it. I think I'm pretty good. I just wanted to make sure I was going in the right direction. And on that phone call, I would have pill apart everything he did. And I was like, and you wasted money. Why did you do that? And he was like, well, I did this. So why did you do that? He said, well, I saw it on Google. And I said, well, something like that. I was like, okay, we're going to start over. No. Right. So anyway, he ended up getting into the coaching program and he did the challenge. I think he just did coaching and he did the ultimate notary and he's doing good now. He's doing well. And I need to check in with him because this is his last week for setup. And I told him by next week he should be working. And he joined. This is his first month. And I said, by the end of this month, you should be working. So by next week, he should be working. And so it's just funny because he's amazing. I really enjoy him. What was I saying? I had another student who she was just buying stuff. I said, you know what? Since you just want to pay for stuff, just give me some money. Let's go shopping. Like, can I see my Amazon cart? Because you just want to buy stuff. You like, oh, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy it. You don't need none of that. You want to buy stuff? Great. Let's go shopping. And she's like, no, yeah. Because some of y'all are just buying stuff. You just read an article, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that, I'm gonna buy it. Then you turn around 2 months later and you say, no, the industry doesn't work. And all this money. First of all, why you spend all that money? Who told you about it? Somebody on YouTube, somebody on TikTok. First of all, I will never tell you to buy something that I cannot justify. And I will show you. And then I always classify 3 things. I will say you absolutely do not need that thing. You absolutely do need that thing. Or you can get it if you want to. You don't have to have. You know, people like want to get those like acknowledgement stamps, the ones that have the pre-printed verbiage. You don't have to have that. It's a convenience. If you're like, oh, well, I don't want to write, then you can get it. I don't have it. You can. There's nothing wrong with having it. You don't have to have that. People say, I need a mobile car setup. No, you don't. If you want to have one, you can. I'm not going to tell you not to. But it's like you could get it if you want to. Some things you should not get. It's just stupid. For example, you don't pay for signing services. You're welcome. Okay. There are 98% of all signing services are free to the notary. Why would I pay for the 2%? It doesn't make sense. Stop doing it. Okay. Now, should be in the laundry room. Okay, so I had to go to a different notary because the first one I went with messed up my oath of office application. She didn't sign her name the way it was printed on her stamp. And yeah, notary, I'm telling y'all, half these notaries don't know what they're doing. That's people always like, oh, the market's oversaturated. No, it's not. It's full of people who don't know what they're doing. That's what it's full of. People who don't know what they're doing. What is it full of? People who don't know what they're doing. That's what it's full of. That's why, listen, I had a signing the other day, literally like 2 days ago. And mine just the head of a title company was like, why? I was doing a notarizing for her. And she was like, I'm just going to use you for everything. Because she was like, I don't understand why notaries can't do this. Why they make it so hard? Why do they take so long? Why don't they know what they're doing? She literally said that. It's like the first time. I hear it all the time. Like notaries literally don't know what they're doing. Like, why? And I said, I don't know. Like, because the thing is, I can say they need training. I didn't get training. When I built my notary business myself, I didn't get training. I read the law. Now, I made mistakes, and my mistakes were never documents. I never made, like, you make the mistake of like missing a signature, but I understood notarial acts. I read. I made it my business to understand my industry. My mistakes, I would say, was primarily undercharging. Like, I didn't know about like the rates to charge. I didn't know about going to the title. Like, I made a lot of those mistakes, like how to like grow and scale my business. I had to learn, but the actual skill set of doing it, I didn't make mistakes on that because I read my handbook. And everybody always asks me that when you first got started, were you scared? No, but I think it's my personality, like Leo season. No, I'll do anything once. Don't be a hater, Raider. As long as it's not skydiving, I think I'm good. I'll do it. Okay, I've also purchased to your live. Okay, so all right, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go back live throughout the day, and we're going to train. I'm probably going to start with the courses and like just train, talking about that. So if you don't have the ultimate, get the ultimate. Use the promo code Coach Me. When we train, we'll start from the beginning. Go through. I definitely want to hit on some marketing. Hit on some of the things that people always ask me stuff, and it's like I don't think to say it. You know, like, oh, yeah, you should do that. I'll put a lot of links in to things that you should do, things that you don't need to get. This is your weekend to stay connected. So if you're going to lock in, say I'm locked in the chat. Say I'm locked in this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm locked in. So if I hop on here and it's like 3 of y'all, I'm still locked in with my 3, but I would like it to be all of y'all locked in and building your businesses. Okay, so I know, okay, y'all are committed. Y'all are showing up for yourselves. Like, let's do the thing. Okay. All right, so a couple of things that you can do until I have a signing at 12. I will probably try. I have one at 12 and one at 3. So I'm probably going to try to go live between the 12 and the 3. If not, it'll be after the 3. Let me see. Now I have a coaching. I have a coaching at 2. I probably can get one in before 3. If not, then I'll do it right after the 3 o'clock. And then again, probably closer till 7 because I have a 5 and a 6. All right. So what you can be doing in the meantime. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you give us have the notifications on so you see when I'm live. If you have not read your handbook, go pull it. Go pull your handbook so you have it. Okay. 2 things you can also do is get into the coaching program. We meet on Sundays at 6. Sundays at 6. Use promo code Coach Me. And then the ultimate notary training, of course, is what we're going to be teaching on this weekend. The only thing that's not in the ultimate that I'm going to be teaching on is going to be AI. Of course, I like AI. I have an AI class, but it's not in the ultimate. It's separate. And so I think that's the only thing that's not in the class. Okay, but I'll teach it on here. And then the ultimate is here. Also, you have the mini build program, which the full build is not on the website right now, but the mini build is. I'll put the links to both. The mini build is where it takes us about 2 to 3 days to get your business up. It's so crazy. So what we do your website build, we do your marketing kit, which is your flyers, business cards, and flyers, business cards, and email signatures sent digitally to you. You can print them up after that. Just use Vistaprint, but we do your design, and then we do your registration, which most notaries don't do. That's the hard part. It's a tedious thing we don't do. So we do your signing service and your field inspection signups for the list of 100 inside the training and the 45. So it takes us, and then you get 2 coaching calls, and you get the ultimate notary training as well. So actually, get all of our courses as a part of it. So if you have any, but you're missing some, we add them all to your student dashboard. So the mini build takes about 3 days for it to be done. So if you signed up today, by Monday, you should have work. Like, you should have requests coming through. The only way you wouldn't is if you don't have your commission. Like, if you don't have a commission, then you got to get your commission. So the things for the mini bill, to do your signups, you need a commission, your E&O insurance, you can get. So all these things, we give you a list. Just get them. Your E&O, headshot, W-9, things like that. So we can actually sign you up with these companies, and then you do your follow-ups, download their apps, they start sending you work, but just the registrations are done. That's the mini build. So anybody who doesn't have those things, do the mini build. If you're like, well, Vanessa, I have the signups done, I have all your courses, you're already in the coaching program, so you don't need the one-on-one coaching, but let's say you just need the website, you could do website builds. The website builds, they've been pretty good. I think most of them at this point you can get done over the weekend too. And so the website builds, I'll put the link in here too. If you don't have a website, everybody put in the chat, you need a website. This is 2025. We're done with maybe it's so funny. And it's a thing too. Remember I said, like, I have students that can call me. Like, I have this one student. He's amazing. He did the build for you. I'm gonna shout him out. His name's Kevin. He's awesome. I love his just like vibe to get things done. But like, when he texted me a question this weekend, and because I know he's really focused and doing the things, and he's like always like staying connected, I called him like randomly, just talked to him for like 15 minutes just about QR codes. Like, that's why I said, like, if I feel like you're really locked in with me and you're not just shooting the wind and you're like really focused, and when I tell you to do something, you do it, I'm more invested to help you get going. You see what I'm saying? And so we're and he has a separate business, and I actually was giving him feedback on how to grow that business. And so that's why I said, when I really feel like you're invested and you're showing up and you're, like doing the thing, and I can always tell the one, I can tell the ones who are going to win. I then can tell the ones who might win. And then I can tell the ones who are like, yeah, you're going to need a lot of work. Because it's not just about doing the like, oh, I know acknowledgments. It's about like having to get up and go to actually get up and do it. Like, you have to be committed, and I understand that it's intimidating. I get that 100%. I 100% understand why starting your own business and quitting your full-time job, when you get to that point, is scary, especially if this is your first time doing it. Trust me, I was scared when I did it. I'm glad I did. The one piece of information, oh, you look nice, honey, sis, didn't come to play. The one, where you going? We should leave together. I'm about to leave in a minute too. Where? Oh, up there. Oh, you smell good too. Oh my gosh, look at you. Fire. All right, hold on. And then the full built for you program is here. So I'll put that in there too. What was I saying? I know that it's intimidating for you to actually quit your job. Like, I get that. Like I said, I was scared when I quit my job too. But I just watched for like 2 weeks the volume that I had, and then I quit. And I'm glad I did. But I think for me, the biggest thing I realized, I can go back and get another job. Like, I can get another job. Like, it's not that deep. Once you know how to get your job that you're at, you can get another one. So it's not that deep. So I said, oh, you know what? Whatever. I'm going to try. And I'm glad I did. Best decision I made in my life. I quit my job in 2016. I have not gone back to another job since then. Hallelujah. So grateful. Honey, listen, it was so funny. I was talking to somebody about time freedom, because they heard my voicemail, and I was like, well, do you feel like you have time freedom? I said, it's funny, because remember I said I feel like I'm really behind on my work and my projects. I said, I still say yes. I say yes because although I have a lot of work to do, it's work that I enjoy doing. I love what I do. But I can always stop. So people think that time freedom means you don't have to do anything. You can stay in your bed or you can stay on the beach. That's not what it means. it's like you still need discipline. So like I have to be disciplined enough to still do work. Like, but I get to pick and choose the work that I do. And sometimes the work sucks. Sometimes the work is really hard. But I get to pick what I do. I get to decide to do the hard work. I'm not at a job and a manager comes and give me this tedious task and I don't have a choice. I have to do it every day or every week. It's different. Also, if I really am not in it, there was a day, there was like, if you, hold on. What was I saying? If you, there was a day, what's the day? Like a couple days ago, I was working. So this is a real transparent moment. I was working and I was homeschooling and I was doing some business calls and I got really frustrated with customer service on a couple calls. And my daughter started talking to me and I yelled at her. And it broke my heart. I yelled. Oof. I yelled. It was not good. And I immediately stopped everything. I didn't have any closings that day, but I had a point. I canceled everything. And I went upstairs to her because she was upstairs and I apologized. I laid all on her floor. I was like, I am so sorry. And what I told her, I said, all of this that I'm doing is for you. And so for me to like, it's like perspective. Like if all of this is for you, so how dare I let this make me yell at you? You didn't do anything. And so time freedom was me being able to cancel my day and spend the rest of the day with her. That's time freedom. Time freedom is being able to say, I don't feel well. I really don't feel well. Because the thing is, people think when you work a job, we fake sick sometimes, right? We fake sick because we don't want to go. When you love what you do and you can't do the thing because you don't feel well, that's different. We're not faking sleep in the bed when we like what we do. We fake sleep in the bed when we don't want to go to work. You see what I'm saying? And so time freedom is the days when I get up and I can't do it. I don't have to, right? But when you love what you do, you're not faking it. It's only on those days when you really can't get up. You really need this. There are some days where I go to try to work and I'm like, I cannot do this today. Nope. That's time freedom. It's not saying you get to just sit around and do nothing. That's not what that's saying. And so that's why I say, like, I love this industry because I've had that, and if I want to hustle and I want to make a bunch of money, I can go out and, that's why I said when I started this I started in 2014. When 2016, when I quit my job and I figured out how this works, like fully, honey, I was going crazy. I was picking up everything. Let's go. I tell the story of how my daughter, when she was little, this when I was full-time making my 6 figures. And it's my first time making no one in my family was making this much money. And I would tell how we would go into, like, I remember taking her to the toy store, Toys R Us. That's how you know they closed. And now I'm like, just throw it in the cart. Just throw it in the cart. What you want? Throw it in the cart. Okay. But it was still like, I know I had a lot of money, bad habits back then. I had to learn like financial literacy, but it was like, okay, you could do that because I know I can go out tomorrow and I can work as much as I want and make it back up. And so that's why I said, like, this industry is like, it's not, even though it's not sales, it is like commission based because you eat what you kill. And so I was able to, I have to get out this call. I'll go to this notary in a minute, but you get to decide when you work, how much you want to work, what jobs you want to do, which ones you don't want to do. You get to pick and choose that. And that's why I said, like, I am glad that Rita was here because that was a prime example of that day when I spoke to her. She was, I remember I called her that morning. She was in the bed. I think I called her like around 12. She was in the bed. And then I called her at 4. And I said, what are you doing? She said, I just took an order. And I said, oh, you did? She said, yeah, I actually took 2. And she said, well, I've been in the bed all day. I might as well get up and get some money. And that was the day she made $500. So I said, that's what I was talking about. Like, and she even says, like, now she sees, like, some days she don't want to do it. And I've talked to her, like, some days, like last week, she said, oh, take some clothes. She said, no, I'm taking it off today. I'm not going to do it today. Tomorrow I'll go hard. Today, no, I need a break. And so that's the thing about when you have your own business too. Like, she has to also learn, like, okay, that's why I'm really big on, like, what is your daily goal? what is your weekly goal? And so like, as long as you're hitting those metrics that you determine for yourself, then yes, you can now, because you define what those metrics are, you know your wiggle room. So you know, if you have to hit, let's say it's 4,000, 5,000 a month, and you're right on track, but you're actually up. If you want to take a day, you can do that because you're right. But if you're not defining what you're trying to hit and you're not defining your metrics, then you're just winging it, you're not going to know. You see what I'm saying? And in that, knowing your metrics, which are your goals, it gives you that comfortability. So when you take a day off, you're not worrying about money, worrying about work, because you already define what your month needs to look like. And that's what I work with her on too. It's like, okay, because when you're self-employed, you can't work it like an employee. I did that once with another business before I started Notary. I went back to work. Okay. If you don't work it like, you have to work it like a business. Like, you have to kind of go into it, the mindset of it, like, every day you go to work, there are metrics you have to hit. Like, you have managers, there are teams that say, hey, this is the revenue goal, this is the sales goal, this is the customer retention goal. They have metrics, right? And they track these things. And if you don't hit those metrics, guess what? You're gonna get fired. Okay. And so you can do something for yourself. So how many of you guys, if you were your boss, would fire you right now because you're not hitting those metrics? Okay. Be honest. Okay. So if you're not hitting the metrics, one, you can't hit metrics you haven't defined. If you haven't defined how much money you want to make a month, a week, how many clients you want to get, you haven't sat down and defined this, you have no goals to hit. You don't know if you're winning or losing. You're running around like a dog catching its tail because you don't know where you're going. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that if you're going to actually run it like a business. Something that's going to sustain. You're talking about quitting your job. You're talking about quitting your job, making enough money to sustain you and possibly your family long term. You can't go at this as like, oh, it's a side hustle, and I'm just going to pick up some money here and there. Unless you're not going to quit your job, and this is not going to be your bread and butter, then yeah, you could just lackadaisical do it how you want to do it. But if you're actually going to say, hey, I want to do this full time and I want to quit my job, then you got to come at it different. Like, you can't look at it as a side hustle. And it's so funny because when I was talking with, probably like 3 years ago, we had a marketing team that was like, okay, let's put your verbiage together. And he was like, you want to do it, what he said, you want to use side hustle. And I told him, I said, I don't want to use side hustle. They convinced me to use it because it's the terminology people use. But I said, I really don't want people to think about it that way. And then they had to remind me, that's because you already know. Most people don't know. So for example, when a plumber markets to teach people things, they don't break down all the technical stuff. Like when I'm telling you guys to do e-notary, and I say, don't go in there and start using all the digital certificate terminology, and don't confuse people, because you're going to confuse them, and confuse people don't do anything. Right. So he was like, most people do call it a side hustle. You have to then take them and teach them how to make it a full-time business. But most people are like, they don't understand. And so that's why I'm saying it to say, you could do it as a side hustle, but you could also do it as a business. You see what I'm saying? Like, you could do it as a full-time bit. Like I've been doing, but people always say too, oh, you just full-time now because you got Notary. Honey, Notary started in 2020. I was full-time by 2016. So that's a solid 4 years of just doing notary work for me and my kids. Okay. People always are like, you didn't know. No, that's not it. But I said to say, anybody can do this. You have to have that knowledge base, and you have to have the energy to get up and go. And you have to have a why. Like, you have to have a reason why you're doing it. And most people, it is that, I want to quit my job. I want to have more money. I hate my boss. Like, I was talking to somebody today. It was like, literally, someone I was talking to today was like, I said, okay, have a good day at work. And they were like, she was like, what she said? She said, yeah, because I almost didn't come in today. They got me by the grace of God. I said, what? I was on the fence about it. Quit, don't quit. Quit, don't quit. I said, you might need to quit, honey. But I know what that feels like. I remember doing jobs like that. And it was just like, do I quit today? And most times you stay too long. You know why I know? Thank you, baby. You stay too long because for me, when I finally did quit, I didn't put it 2 weeks in. I just didn't show up. But I waited till I was burnt out all the time. I always waited till I was burnt out that I just didn't show up. But if I had put, like, when I started feeling like I can't do this anymore, I could have put 2 weeks in and left right. But I waited. How many of y'all did that before? You waited till you literally could not kidnap yourself another day and drag your body to work. You waited till that day when your body said, I'm not going nowhere. quit. You waited too long. You waited too long. Okay. Okay, if we bought a course that's in the mini bill, is there a way to upgrade? So you just have to buy the mini bill. So we don't do, like, that's not the way it goes. So if you get the mini bill, you get all the courses. If you have some, we just put the course on there that you don't have. So because, yeah, that's just how it goes. So if you get the mini bill, we put any course in that you don't have, you still get the coaching sessions, you get the website build, the marketing materials, and all the registration for signups. And I put the link for that in the chat. And I put the link for the full build. Can you create a workbook on how to have the mindset of a notary entrepreneur? You gonna give me more work, Roz? Is that what you want? You know, I put all the books that I read that helped me get this mindset. It's on my list on my YouTube videos. It's like Vanessa's recommended books. They're not my books. They're books that I read from other people. So I could write a book and I can sell it to you. But the people have already written this stuff. Like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking, what's a good one? Oh my gosh, don't get me started on books. I love books. Books are amazing. Books changed my life. But the full list is inside that. I have a list of, like, someone asked me that too. What books do you read? And I put like some of the starter books like for entrepreneurship and like mindset, and like it's in there. All right. Thank you, Tamika, for telling me that. I do have to head out to the signing. I will go back live later today. I think I hit everybody's question. Any last minute questions, put in the chat. I'm going to skedaddle. My phone's already going off like a crazy person. And it begins. But you guys got all of my attention just now. I just hope and pray that today is smooth. I just know that, what was I going to say? Today's probably going to be busy this evening. So trying to do my best to stay ahead of the curve. If I can stay ahead of the curve, I'll be okay. All right, guys. I'll see you guys away. Go be awesome on purpose. Until next time, happy signing. Hey, guys. Have you had a chance to get a copy of my new book, The Ultimate Ron Guide? If you are ready to build a remote online notary business, then this book is what you need. In this book, I give you all the information that you need to know in order to build a successful remote online business, no matter what state you're in, as long as your state authorizes remote online notary.